In this video, we will break down the endless 2017 from beginning to end in strict chronological order and scene by scene. But before we start, there's something important you should know. This film may seem quiet and simple at first, yet it slowly dismantles your sense of time, free will, and reality. Small details that feel insignificant early on eventually become the key to everything. Now, let's step into this loop together. The story begins with two brothers, Justin and Aaron. They spent most of their childhood inside a mysterious cult, isolated from the outside world. Years ago, they managed to escape and tried to build a new life for themselves. However, that escape does not mean the same thing to both of them. Aaron remembers those days with a sense of belonging, while for Justin, the cult represents manipulation, control, and deeply buried fear. In the present day, the brothers struggle financially, surviving on temporary jobs and drifting from place to place. One day, everything changes when they receive a strange video message from members of the cult. In the video, the group speaks about an approaching event and appears to be saying goodbye to Justin and Aaron. The message is unsettlingly calm. There is no threat and no direct invitation, yet its ambiguity immediately begins to haunt Aaron. For the first time since they left, Aaron feels a powerful pull toward the cult. He starts to believe that life there may not have been as dangerous as they once thought, and that Justin's memories might be exaggerated. Justin, on the other hand, is convinced this is a classic manipulation tactic, an emotional trap designed to lure them back. But Aaron's longing outweighs Justin's resistance, and the brothers decide to return to the place they once fled, hoping to confront their past. When they arrive at the cult's remote settlement, the first thing that stands out is the unexpected sense of peace. The people are calm, friendly, and strangely content. No one pressures them to stay. In fact, they are told they are free to leave whenever they want. The cult members welcome Justin and Aaron as if they have been expected for years. This only makes Justin more uneasy, as what he sees sharply contradicts his dark memories of the cult. From the very first night, strange events begin to unfold. Unexplainable lights appear in the sky, the stars move in unnatural ways, and time itself seems distorted. Some moments stretch far longer than they should, while others end abruptly. What's most unsettling is that the cult members treat all of this as completely normal, as if these phenomena are simply part of everyday life. As Justin and Aaron spend more time there, they realize the settlement is not a single unified group. Different people live in different areas, some in small cabins, others near the lake, and some completely isolated in the woods. Each group follows its own routines, its own rules, and seemingly its own version of time. Yet they all share one thing in common: none of them want to leave. Over time, the brothers notice that many cult members repeat the exact same actions at regular intervals. The same conversations, the same rituals, the same movements. At first, these repetitions feel subtle, almost coincidental, but they gradually become impossible to ignore. When Justin begins to question this, he receives only vague and evasive answers. Aaron interprets these repetitions differently. To him, there is a sense of order here. Compared to the chaos, uncertainty, and pain of the outside world, this predictable loop feels safe. Knowing what will happen next brings him comfort. But as the film progresses, it becomes clear that this comfort comes at the cost of freedom. At one point, the brothers encounter a man living deep in the forest, completely trapped in his own isolated loop. Time resets for him every few seconds, forcing him to relive the same horrifying moment again and again. This encounter marks a turning point in the film. For the first time, Justin and Aaron see undeniable proof that time itself is fractured in this place. This discovery fundamentally shifts the tone of the story. What's happening here is not a psychological illusion or a shared belief system. Time truly behaves differently in this region. Some people are trapped in loops lasting only seconds, while others experience cycles that stretch for years. These differences seem to be tied to how much attention each person receives from something unseen. Through conversations with the cult's leaders, it becomes clear that this situation is not only understood, but accepted. The members do not see the loop as a curse, but as an agreement. In the outside world, they believe there is freedom, but no meaning. Here, freedom is limited, but everything has purpose. Certainty, the absence of suffering, and escape from unpredictability are worth the sacrifice of free will. Justin sees this mindset as a trap. To him, it is a prison disguised as comfort, a place where free will slowly erodes. Aaron, however, remains torn. The idea of the loop both terrifies and soothes him. In the outside world, he has always felt like a failure, unable to belong anywhere. Here, for the first time, he feels part of a system. Throughout the film, small details grow increasingly significant. Messages written across the sky, repeating scenes, and characters who seem to remember time itself all point toward the presence of something beyond human control. This entity is never shown directly, yet its presence is constantly felt, watching and shaping the fate of everyone in the area. As the film approaches its conclusion, the truth fully emerges. This region exists under the influence of an unknown entity capable of controlling time and fate. The moment a person draws its attention, they become trapped in their own personal loop. The cult members cannot communicate with this being directly, but by obeying its rules, they earn longer and more stable cycles. For Justin and Aaron, only one question remains. Is escape truly possible? Or have they already become part of the system without realizing it? In the final moments, the brothers manage to break the rules of the loop and flee the area. But even this escape offers no clear relief. The film never confirms whether they are truly free or whether encountering this entity has permanently removed them from normal reality. Even if they escaped physically, it's unclear if they can ever return to the lives they once knew. What makes this ending so unsettling is the choice left behind. The people who remain do so willingly. They choose the certainty of repetition over the pain of freedom. The film leaves us with an uncomfortable question. Is freedom always worth the suffering it brings, or can a safe, controlled loop feel more meaningful to some? The Endless offers no clear answers. Instead, it forces us to question time, free will, and the price of certainty. When the film ends, it's not solutions that linger, but deeply unsettling thoughts. That brings us to the end of this video. Would you choose to stay inside the loop, or would you escape no matter the cost? Share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.